morning. Welcome to another week of online learning. I hope you guys have had a great weekend, but we are back at it this week. For math, we are going to be talking today about topic 13, lesson 3. Okay, we're still working on our measurement unit, but we are going to be talking about the equivalence with customary units of weight. Okay, converting weight to different types of units. Okay, so when I talk about customary unit of weight, we're talking now about ounces, okay, and the abbreviation for ounces is OZ, and then pounds, okay, and the abbreviation for pounds is LB, and then tons, which is a capital T, okay. So there's not a lot of units of weight, just 3: ounces, pounds, and tons, okay. For the most part, when we talk about weight, we talk about pounds. That's the most common unit of weight, okay? When we go to convert, 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, so 16 ounces equals 1 pound, and then a ton is 2,000 pounds, okay? So that's a lot of weight. So 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Okay, when we are converting our units of weight, we need to continue to remember that if we're going from a bigger unit, so let's say tons, to a smaller unit, which pounds, we need to multiply it. Okay, anytime you go from big to little, multiply. If you're going to go from smaller unit, so let's say ounces, to a bigger unit, pounds, we're going to divide. So anytime you go from smaller to bigger, divide them. Okay? Okay, let's look at some problems. If I have 8 pounds and I want to change that and convert it to ounces, okay, I'm going from bigger to smaller, so I need to multiply. So I need to take 8 pounds times 16, and I picked 16 to multiply by because 16 is how many ounces equals 1 pound. So 8 times 16, if you did the math, it would be 128. Okay. If I'm going to do 16,000 pounds to how many tons, okay, pounds are smaller than tons, so I need to go from smaller to bigger unit, which means I'm dividing them. Okay, so I'm taking 16,000 and I'm dividing by 2,000. And I'm dividing by 2,000 because 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So I'm taking 16,000 divided by 2,000, okay? If I get rid of all my zeros, if I get rid of my 3 zeros on my 2,000, get rid of my 3 zeros on my 16,000, I can then take 16 divided by 2, which 16 divided by 2 would be 8, okay? Another one, okay, 3 tons equals how many pounds? Well, I'm going from a bigger unit of measurement to a smaller unit, okay, which means I need to multiply. So I'm taking 3 tons times 2,000, and I took it times 2,000 because 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So 3 times 2,000, 3 tons would equal 6,000 pounds. And then one more. If I have 48 ounces, what does that equal in pounds? Okay, how many pounds is that? Well, ounces are smaller than pounds, so I need to divide. Smaller to bigger, you divide them. Okay, 48 divided by 16, and I have 16 because 16 ounces equals 1 pound. So 48 divided by 3, if you did the math, it would be 3 pounds. 48 ounces is the same thing as 3 pounds. Okay? Okay, I made a little chart here. Okay, and I filled it in. Okay, so let me make this smaller. Okay, well, remember that 1 ton is the same thing as 2,000 pounds. Okay, so let's say that I have 2 tons. Well, if I want to know how many pounds that is, I'm going to take 2 times 2,000. 2 tons times 2,000, and I would get 4,000. 2 tons is the same thing as 4,000 pounds. Okay, but let's say I want to do 2.5 tons. Well, I need to figure out how many pounds that half ton is. So if I come down here, a half a ton, well, 1 ton, 1 full ton is 2,000 pounds. Well, I want to know half of that. So if I want to know what half of that is, I'm going to divide that by 2. Well, and half of 2,000 divided by 2 is the same thing as 1,000. So every time I have a half, I know that I can add on 1,000 pounds. Half of a ton is 1,000 pounds. So if I want to come back up to my chart and I want to know what 2.5 tons are, well, 2 times 2,000 is 4,000. And then if I want to mix in my half ton, I can add 1,000. So 2.5 tons is the same thing as 5,000 pounds. Okay. 3 tons, I'm going to just take 3 times 2,000 and I'm going to get 6,000 pounds. Okay. Same thing, 3.5 tons. Okay. Again, half a ton is 1,000 pounds because half of 2,000 is 1,000. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 2,000 is 6,000. I can add on my 1,000 and I get 7,000. I never actually wrote the answer down right there, but 3.5 tons would equal 7,000 pounds. And then if I have 4 tons, 4 times 2,000 would equal 8,000. Okay, so we're going to do another little story problem. Okay, and we're going to walk through this quick. Okay, a little flamingo weighs 4.5 pounds. Okay, well, how many ounces does it weigh? Well, I need to figure out that half pound. Don't let it freak you out. Okay, well, if I look at this, okay, one, I know that I'm going from a bigger unit, which is pounds, to a smaller unit, which is ounces. So I need to multiply them. Okay, so if I'm going from 4.5 pounds to ounces, I need to multiply. Well, I know that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. So I can multiply my wholes. I can take 16 and I can multiply that by 4, which I'm going to get 64. Okay, but now I need to figure out what that half pound. How am I going to figure that out? Well, I'm going to take half of 16 because 16 ounces equals 1 pound and I want half of a pound. So 16 divided by 2 would be 8. Okay, so that half pound is 8 ounces. So then I can add that 8 ounces onto my 64. And if I add 64 plus 8, I get 72. Okay, so don't let the half freak you out. Ask yourself, well, how many ounces make a pound? How many pounds make a ton? Okay, and then half that. Okay, so good luck with your assignment. Let me know if you have any questions, if I can help in any way. But go ahead and use these notes, watch this video to help you understand the equivalence of the units of weight. Okay, good luck.